Hello students, today I am going to discuss one important model, that is eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So this is our next model. So before going to discuss this particular model, first of all we have to know the definition of eigenvalues. So before going to know the definition of eigenvalues, first of all we should know what is the definition of characteristic polynomial. Characteristic polynomial. Okay, so I'm going to define the definition of characteristic polynomial. So if A is a square matrix, then det of A minus lambda I. So determinant of A minus lambda I is called the characteristic polynomial of capital A. Is called the characteristic polynomial. The characteristic polynomial of capital A. Okay. So in this determinant, we are having capital A as a matrix, that is the given matrix. Here I is nothing but the identity matrix, and you have to multiply that identity matrix with lambda, and after that we have to subtract from A. So the determinant, the value of the determinant of A minus lambda I is called the characteristic polynomial. So this is the first definition we should know. Okay. After that I am going to define characteristic equation. Characteristic equation. Okay. So a characteristic equation is nothing but, so in the above definition we have defined a characteristic polynomial. Whenever a polynomial is equal to 0, we say that that is an equation. So in the same way here also I am defining that if A is a square matrix, it means first of all it should be a square matrix. In order to define a characteristic polynomial or a characteristic equation, first of all that matrix should be a square matrix. Means the number of rows and the number of columns should be equal. Okay. So if A is a square matrix, then det of A minus lambda I is equal to 0. So in the above definition, I have just written det of A minus lambda I. But here I have written det of A minus lambda I is equal to 0. So whenever a polynomial is equal to 0, we say that that is an equation. So that I am saying that det of A minus lambda I is equal to 0 is called characteristic equation. Is called characteristic equation of capital A. Okay. So after defining these two definitions, now I am going to define eigenvalues. So eigenvalues. So we can also call eigenvalues as characteristic roots, and also we can call eigenvalues as latent roots. So these are all the different names for eigenvalues. Okay. So according to the definition of eigenvalues, how can we find the eigenvalues? So the roots of the the roots of the characteristic equation, the roots of the characteristic equation are called eigenvalues of capital A. So in the above definition, I have defined that what is a characteristic equation. Okay. After getting a characteristic equation, we have to solve that particular equation. So whenever you have solved an equation, we get roots. And here we call those roots as an eigenvalues. Okay. So simply eigenvalues are nothing but the roots of the characteristic equation. So whatever the equation we have find it with the help of the formula, that is theta of a minus lambda is equal to 0. If you solve that particular equation, we get the roots. Okay, so those roots are called eigenvalues. So this is the simple definition of eigenvalues. Okay, so coming to eigenvectors. So we can also call eigenvector as characteristic vector. Characteristic vector or eigenvector. So here, this characteristic vector can be defined as, if A is a square matrix, and capital X is a matrix such that A minus lambda I into X is equal to 0, then X is called eigenvector. Then X is called eigenvector. So it means with the help of the equation A minus lambda I into X is equal to 0, so we have to find that capital X. Okay, so with the help of the equation A minus lambda I into X is equal to 0, so we can find capital X. That capital X is nothing but eigenvector, and it should be a column matrix. Okay, so according to the definition of eigenvector, so while finding eigenvector, first of all we require an eigenvalue. Without eigenvalue, we cannot find eigenvector. Okay, so first we have to find the eigenvalues, and after getting eigenvalues, for each and every eigenvalue, we can find one eigenvector. Okay, so with the help of this equation, that is A minus lambda I into X is equal to 0, so we can find the eigenvector, that is nothing but capital X. Okay, so this is about the information of eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Once again, so coming to the definition of eigenvalues, so eigenvalues is nothing but the roots of the characteristic equation. The roots of the characteristic equation are called the eigenvalues. Okay, and coming to the definition of eigenvector, after finding eigenvalues only, we can find eigenvectors. For each and every eigenvalue, we can get one eigenvector. And with the help of this particular equation, that is A minus lambda I into X is equal to 0, we can find eigenvector. Okay, so now I'm going to explain you one example. So coming to the example, find the eigenvalues and the corresponding eigenvectors of the matrix 5, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so this is a 2 by 2 matrix. The number of rows and number of columns are 2. Okay, so I am naming this equation as, this matrix as capital A. Let A is equal to 5, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so right, first we have to find the eigenvalues, and according to the definition of eigenvalues, the roots of the characteristic equation are called eigenvalues. It means, first of all, we have to find the characteristic equation of capital A. So once again, coming to the definition of characteristic equation, so the definition of characteristic equation is delta of A minus lambda is equal to 0. Okay, so first we have to find the characteristic equation of capital A. After getting the characteristic equation, we have to solve the equation to get the roots, and those roots are called the eigenvalues. So I am finding the characteristic equation. I am writing the characteristic equation of capital A is delta of A minus lambda I is equal to 0. Okay, delta of A minus lambda I is equal to 0. So here delta of A minus lambda is nothing but, in the determinant we have to write A 5, 4, 1, 2 minus lambda into I is nothing but identity matrix. So since A is a 2 by 2 matrix, so that we have to write 2 by 2 identity matrix. So that I have written 1, 0, 0, 1. So you have to close the determinant is equal to 0. And within the determinant, we have to simplify the matrix. So this is 5, 4, 1, 2. And if you multiply the matrix with the lambda, the identity matrix with the lambda, we get minus of lambda into 1 is lambda, lambda into 0 is 0, lambda into 0 is 0, and lambda into is 1 is lambda. Once again, you have to close the determinant is equal to 0. So now we have to subtract those two matrices within the determinant. So that I am subtracting. So delta of 5 minus lambda is 5 minus lambda. 4 minus 0 is 4. 1 minus 0 is 1. 2 minus lambda is 2 minus lambda. So this is the value of delta of A minus lambda I. Okay, this is equal to 0. So this is a 2 by 2 determinant. And the 2 by 2 determinant can be expanded in the form AD minus BC. So that I am writing. So this implies AD means 5 minus lambda into 2 minus lambda, minus BC means minus 1 into 4 is 4. So this is equal to 0. So AD minus BC is equal to 0. So now we have to simplify this particular value. So 5 into 2 is 10. 5 into minus lambda is minus 5 lambda. Minus lambda into 2 is minus 2 lambda. Minus into minus plus lambda square minus 4 is equal to 0. So this implies we get lambda square minus 7 lambda plus 6. 10 minus 4 is plus 6 is equal to 0. So which is a quadratic equation. Of course, we call this equation as a characteristic equation. Okay, so I have written the definition of characteristic equation as delta of A minus lambda is equal to 0. And if you simplify that particular equation, we get lambda square minus 7 lambda plus 6 is equal to 0. So this is, we call this equation as a characteristic equation of capital A. Okay, so after getting the characteristic equation, now if we want to find the eigenvalues, we have to solve this particular characteristic equation. And since this is a quadratic equation, so we can find the factors for those quadratic equation. Okay, and the roots for this quadratic equation are, we can write this as lambda square minus 1 lambda minus 6 lambda. So it means when we multiply two numbers, we get 6. And if we add two numbers, we get minus 7. And those two numbers are minus 1 and minus 6. So when we multiply minus 1 into minus 6, we get 6. And if we add minus 1 and minus 6, we get minus 7. So that the factors are minus 1 and minus 6. Of course, plus 6 is equal to 0. If you take lambda common in the first two terms, we get lambda minus 1. And if you take minus 6 common in the next two terms, we get lambda minus 1 is equal to 0. And if you take finally lambda minus 1 as common, we get lambda minus 6 is equal to 0. And finally, we get lambda is equal to 1 comma 6. So therefore, 1 comma 6 are the eigenvalues of capital A. 1 comma 6 are the eigenvalues of capital A. So in this way, we can find the eigenvalues. Once again, so coming to the first part, that is eigenvalues. First of all, we have to find the characteristic equation of capital A. And the formula for characteristic equation of capital A is det of A minus lambda is equal to 0. And in that formula, I have substituted all the values, that is A and I. I is nothing but identity matrix. So after substituting all the values and simplifying, we get a matrix of determinant 2 by 2, 5 minus lambda, 4, 1, 2 minus lambda is equal to 0. Since this is a 2 by 2 matrix, we can expand that 2 by 2 matrix determinant as AD minus PC. So that I have expanded as AD minus PC. And on our simplification, we get a quadratic equation, that is lambda square minus 7 lambda plus 6 is equal to 0. So on solving the quadratic equation, we get two roots, and we call the roots of the equation as eigenvalues. The roots of the characteristic equation are the eigenvalues of capital A. So, and in this way, we can find the eigenvalues. Okay. So now coming to the eigenvectors. So for each and every eigenvalue, we can find one eigenvector. So for that, I am writing case 1. Case 1, I am considering lambda is equal to 1. Since these two are the values of lambda, so that I am considering lambda is equal to 1. And I am supposing that let capital X1 is equal to, and I am writing X1 into X2, which is a column matrix of consisting of two elements. Because the given matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix, so that we have to consider only two elements in the column matrix. Suppose if the given matrix is a 3 by 3 matrix, we can consider three elements in the column matrix, that is X1, X2, and X3. So I am supposing this is the eigenvector, corresponding to lambda is equal to 1. So I have considered an eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue 1, such that, and we are having an equation to find the eigenvector, that is A minus lambda I into X1, because I have supposed here X1, so that we have to write X1 is equal to 0. Okay, this is an equation we are having to find the eigenvector in the definition, so that I have written this particular equation. And in this equation, we have to substitute lambda is nothing but 1. So A minus 1 into I into X1 is equal to 0. So 1I is nothing but I, so that we have to write A minus I into X1 is equal to 0. So it means we have to subtract identity matrix from A. So here we are having A is nothing but 5, 4, 1, 2. Okay. So once again, I am writing here. So A is nothing but 5, 4, 1, 2. This is A minus I is nothing but 1, 0, 0, 1. And we have to subtract these two matrices. I'm putting it in brackets into X1 is equal to 0. So, and on subtracting, we get 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 0 is 4. 1 minus 0 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So we get 4, 4, 1, 1 into X1 is equal to 0. So once again, 4, 4, 1, 1 into here X1 is nothing but X1, X2, small x1 into small x2 is equal to 0. So once again, you have to convert that particular matrix into echelon form. This 4, 4, 1, 1 can be converted to echelon form. So for that, we have to apply one operation. That is, R2 changes to 4R2 minus R1. If you apply this particular operation, then it converted into echelon form. So I have multiplied the second row with 4 and I have subtracted from that particular row. So that we get 4, 4, so 0, 0 into X1, X2 is equal to 0. Yes, this is converted into echelon form. Now you can multiply these two matrices, so that we get 4x1 plus 4x2 is equal to 0. So this is the process I am saying that how to find an eigenvector. Okay, please listen carefully. So this is the way we have to find the eigenvector corresponding to the given eigenvalue. Okay, so 4x1 plus 4x2 is equal to 0. From this we can write x1 plus x2 is equal to 0. It means I get only one equation, but we are having two variables, x1 and x2. So whenever we are having two variables and we are having only one equation, we have to consider n minus r variables, n minus r. Here n is nothing but 2 and r is rank is 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. It means we have to suppose one variable. So that is why I am supposing that let x2 is equal to k. Whenever you suppose x2 is equal to k, so from equation 1, I can write x1 is equal to minus x2 and that is equal to minus k. So therefore x1 is minus k. Therefore after getting x1 and x2, therefore the first eigenvector, so we have supposed that x1 x2 and x1 is nothing but minus k and x2 is k, and if we take a k common we get minus 1 and 1. So this is the eigenvector corresponding to the first eigenvalue lambda is equal to 1. Okay, once again coming to the proof of eigenvector. So here I have considered an eigenvector of the form x1 is equal to small x1 small x2, a column vector. This is a column matrix. This is a column matrix and consisting of two elements. So why I have considered here two elements only means because the given matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix, so that I have considered only two elements in the column matrix, such that, and we are having an equation of the form a minus lambda I into x is equal to 0. So this is the equation we are having to find the eigenvector, so that I have written that particular equation. And after writing that particular equation, we have to substitute the values. In place of lambda, I have substituted 1. And after substituting 1, we get a minus I. And if you subtract a from I or I from a, you have to subtract I from a, so that we get 4, 4, 1, 1. After getting that matrix, once again, we have to convert that into echelon form. After converting into echelon form, we have to multiply. Then we get an equation. Since the number of variables are 2, and we are having only one equation, so that we have to suppose one variable. So with that supposition, we can find the another variable, so that we get the first eigenvector. This is the way you have to find an eigenvector. So this is case 1. Okay. So coming to case 2, it means we have to find another eigenvector corresponding to lambda is equal to 6. So for every eigenvalue, we can find an eigenvector. So for this also, once again, listen carefully. Let x2, I am supposing x2 is equal to x1, x2. Once again, I have considered a column matrix consisting of two elements, be the eigenvector corresponding to lambda is equal to 6, such that, once again, I am writing the equation that a minus lambda I into x2 is equal to 0. So this is the equation we are having to find the eigenvector. So that I have written once again the equation. And in this equation, we have to substitute the values a minus, in place of lambda, we have to substitute 6i, I mean 6, so that we get a minus 6i into x2 is equal to 0. So once again, here a is nothing but 5412. 5412 minus 6i is nothing but we have to multiply the identity matrix with 6, so that we get 6006. 1001 is multiplied with 6, so that we get 6006. Okay, into we are having x2 is equal to 0. So once again, we have to subtract those two matrices, so that we get 5 minus 6 is minus 1, 4 minus 0 is 4, 1 minus 0 is 1, 2 minus 6 is minus 4, into x2 is nothing but x1, x2 is equal to 0. So after getting this particular matrix, we have to convert this into echelon form. So for that, we have to write one operation, that is R2 changes to R2 plus R1. So we have to make the elements below the diagonal elements to 0. So that is R2 implies R2 plus R1. So this particular operation, by applying this particular operation, this matrix can be converted into echelon form by single operation. So that we get -1, 4. So 1 minus 1 is 0, -4 plus 4 is 0. So into x1, x2 is equal to 0. Okay. So this matrix is converted into echelon form. After converting into echelon form, we have to multiply these two. So that we get -1 into x1 is -x1 plus 4 into x2 is 4x2 is equal to 0. Once again, here also we get only one equation, but we are having two variables. So whenever the number of equations is less than number of variables, so there we have to suppose some variables. How many variables we have to suppose means we have to suppose n minus r variables. Here once again n is nothing but 2 and r is nothing but the rank is 1. So the 2 minus 1 is 1. So once again we have to suppose one variable, that is I am supposing that let x2 is equal to k. Okay. So immediately after supposing x2 is equal to k, we have to put it in equation 1. So from equation 1 we have, so minus x1 plus 4k is equal to 0. In place of x2 I have substituted k. So minus x1 plus 4k is equal to 0. So this implies minus x1 is equal to minus 4k, and I am cancelling minus on both sides, we get x1 is equal to 4k. So this is the value of x1. So therefore the second eigenvector what we have supposed is x1, x2, and I have found out that x1 is 4k and x2 is k. So and if you take k common, we get 4, 1. So this is the second eigenvector corresponding to the second eigenvalue, that is lambda is equal to 6. So in this way, we can find the eigenvectors corresponding to the given eigenvalues. Okay, so this is an example problem, of course, which is a 2 by 2 matrix. We can also find eigenvalues and eigenvectors for 3 by 3 matrix also. Okay, right. Thank you.